Well, the biggest winner is the Boston Celtics. The loser is the Wizards. Instead of getting 2 first-round picks, somehow Boston, who already was getting the biggest asset in this whole trade, is the team getting the first-round picks too. To put it into perspective, the Celtics only lost Marcus Smart. It's hard to justify this trade for the Wizards. They lost an all-star level player in Porzingis for a single pick in the 2023 NBA draft, and even that's a second-round pick, which will be pick 35th.
Fifth pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Julian Phillips from the University of Tennessee.
They got another expiring contract in 1 season in Tyus Jones. Gallinari and Muscala at this point is salary cap filler and barely rotational pieces. For a team that's dismantling everything, they should be getting the draft picks, especially first round draft picks, but walked out with a single second round pick. Remember, Porzingis is a former all-star and was a 4th pick himself. Losing Marcus Smart will help focus the team leadership rightfully on Tatum and allow him to be more assertive and dominant. This has been an issue for years. With this playoffs alone, we saw Smart hitting the buzzer against Philly too late and losing a playoff game.
7 seconds to go. Tatum with the screen, working against Maxey, goes quick on the spin, kicks it out for the win. Smart, and will play overtime.
Rotation, and then how about this execution? Clean look at 3, just can't knock it down.
Missoula's going to let them go. Down by 1, 10 seconds to play. Tatum against Harris. Tatum. Smart. Got it. Did it count?
I don't think he got it off.
Did not get it off in time, it appeared, to get into their action.
There's no question about it, and there's no doubt.
That's not even close.
Nope.
The 76ers battle back, and a clutch 3-ball by James Harden ends up being the decisive stroke.
And then even in Game 6 against the Heat, Smart missed and was saved by a last-second rebound and layup from White.
White will inbound. It's off to Smart for the 7th game. No, could have been tipped in, but the buzzer sounded. The light was on. It'll be reviewed.
Have to protect the offensive rebounding.
Oh, he got rid of it. That's a Celtic win, and we're going to Game 7.
The Celtics are going to win. There's a Game 7 back in Boston. White.
Smart should never have been the one taking those shots. The ball should belong to Tatum in those moments, but nobody would ever speak out against Smart for it because he was considered a leader. Trading and getting a player like Porzingis, who knows he's not the main guy or the leader, will really help Tatum to become the leader he really needs to be. Another winner of this trade is Derek White, who earned the right to be the starting guard, likely even point guard for the Celtics. Tyus Jones also earned the right to start for the Wizards after being a great 6-man point guard for the Grizzlies for years. Grizzlies did good, but they lost Tyus Jones, although he is an expiring contract, so it's not a bad deal, but they lost 2 first-round picks for no reason and gave them to the Celtics of all teams. The Celtics got the best player in this trade and even the best draft haul. That in itself says how great of a deal it was for the Celtics and how bad this trade was for the Wizards. A major question going forward is Smart going to become a 6-man only 2 years after winning Defensive Player of the Year? In the short term, the Grizzlies will need Smart as their point guard, considering the Ja suspension and Tyus Jones being traded. Once Ja comes back and starts with Desmond Bane, where does Smart fit? But one interesting fact is the Grizzlies have the last 2 Defensive Player of the Year winners on the same team now, with reigning Defensive Player of the Year Jaren Jackson Jr. and 2022 Defensive Player of the Year Marcus Smart. They might as well try to get Draymond Green if they wanted to. He did say the dynasty starts after Dillon Brooks, and it would be ironic if Draymond's the one to kick it off and steal his role on the team. The Grizzlies seem to be going for better locker room leaders and defensive players, especially considering they're already losing Dillon Brooks. Ultimately, this is a cultural change for the Grizzlies and seem to really be going all in on the defensive identity, similar to their grit and grind days. For the Celtics, this was simply a deal too good to pass on, and even benefits the team in a few unique ways, but the Wizards really should have done better. Remember, the Wizards could have blown the team up last season, where there was more seasons left in Beal and Porzingis' contracts, and could have gotten a bigger haul for trading them at the time, which would have even gotten them picks from this year's stacked draft class. If they had tanked, they could have even gotten Victor or Scoot this draft with the top pick. Check out my other video, why this Porzingis trade could signal Jaylen Brown could be next to be traded this summer.